Hi guys, so I'm back with another review. I wanted to do this one really quickly, make it really brief, really short and sweet. Hopefully everybody's watched the episode already. As you can see, I got some Halloween makeup right now on. It's a 3D spider. I got inspired initially by Aaliyah J, but there were so many other artists. A friend that I knew from high school, she did it back home in Jamaica, so I was like, oh my god, I really wanted to do this look, and she encouraged me to do it. So yeah, I still got white paint on my hands from where I drew the spider legs on, but that's my version of a 3D spider. Originally I was inspired by Miss Aaliyah J. Y'all know her, she's a bomb makeup artist from New York. I saw her do this look and I was like, I want to do that. So yeah, I did it for this video. I said, why not do a Halloween inspired Are You the One review? Why not? This week's episode, episode 13, basically came back from the whole thing with Quasi and Jasmine. And, you know, I was hoping that they would resolve it. But back in the house, the guys, Zach, Quasi, and Brett were talking about how, well, not Brett, I don't think he was there, but they were talking about how Nutsa might be Quasi's match, and this is what they said, Nutsa is an upgraded version of Jasmine. And I was so surprised that they were even discussing something like that in the house. It didn't make any sense to me, and for one, why would he even disrespect Jasmine like that? Jasmine was somebody that you were doing dates with. He should have shot that down from the very beginning when Zach said it, but I mean. And then Brett and Nutsa to me were like a new Asian Lewis, because everybody thought that they made sense, but to Brett, they did not. And we catch a glimpse of Brett talking to Bria, and Bria seems to be the only person that can check Brett. She's the only person that can get through to him. And she and Brett were reasoning that they might have been a match. And then Nutsa is in the back looking at this really? So this is what you're gonna do after all this time we're getting to know each other, all this time that I think me and you are a match and everything like that, and you're just gonna sit here and talk to her right in front of my face? And she just totally felt disrespected by it all. And it cuts to a scene where Andrew sets up this little date for Callie and is trying to get to know Callie. And I don't know, I've never thought of them as a match, but maybe they could be. A lot of people seem to think the fate button isn't random. Conspiracy theorists out there, what are they called? I can't even say that word right. Conspiracy theorists. I don't know if I said that right. Okay. Conspiracy theorists out there seem to think that the fate button is not random, and that the couples that are selected are not random, and that people should in fact put these people in the truth booth. It's just which of the four are a perfect match when they go out on dates, which I think is a very weird conspiracy. But I mean, I'm not one of those people. I just believe the game is completely random, and I like to keep thinking that way for the sake of enjoying the show. I said before, Brett was talking to Bria about picking her at the matches ceremony, and he did just that. And Terrence was looking at him like, sir, why are you picking Bria? What's wrong with Nutsa? And in the back, Nutsa was like, I'm completely done with Brett. I've been putting myself out there, I've been opening up, I've been getting to know you, and this is what you do to me. You don't even have a conversation with me about it. It was just so abrupt and weird and just unnecessary. And Nissa said she was done. And early on in the house, Daniel was doing what Brett should have done. Daniel was being super transparent and telling Sam that they might not be a match. Based on strategy, he would try to pick somebody else to sit beside of. And Sam was like, well, sir, I'm playing with my heart. If you want to do that, do that. Thanks for letting me know. But I believe with all my heart that we're a match, and we're that match. We are that one of those perfect beings. I believe that. And kudos to you, Sam, for believing that, because you have to believe in something when you're in this house, because how else are you gonna win? How else are you gonna get that $1 million if you don't try and try to make connections? Like, some of the people that they were picking at the truth booth didn't even talk to each other that much. I didn't see that much connections there. Like, it didn't make any sense to me what these people were doing at this matchup. Absolutely no sense. So, at this 9th matchup, it did not surprise me that they only got 2 extra beams. Otherwise, from Tevin and Kenya and Shamoy and Maria. And this is the worst thing that happened the whole matchup ceremony. Quasi picks Nutsa, and Zach and Maria kind of get into it, and Maria's like, on paper, Quasi and Jasmine make sense. And Quasi's in the back talking about, I'm done with Jasmine. I'm done with Jasmine. I'm never talking to Jasmine anymore. And it just made me feel like you're just gonna write off a person for that. And he's like, Nutsa is loyal. Maybe this is the girl that I need. Her loyalty is unmatched. And then Zach drops something that just makes the whole house go into... It was just uncalled for. Basically what Zach said was that he revealed in the house that they were saying that Nutsa was a better version of Jasmine. And once they said that, I just saw Jasmine burst into complete tears. And I just felt so bad because Zach was just talking too much as usual, and then Quasi, he didn't even seem to have any remorse about it. He just moved along like nothing was wrong. So it didn't make any sense to me. These picks did not make any sense to me. But one thing I can say though, I think that Bria is so much more level-headed when she's not completely focused on Zach. When she's not focused on Zach, it's like you see the real Bria. You don't see that toxic, argumentative, just Bria that just lets herself go and loses control. Now we were seeing a Bria that was much more refined. And honestly, you get to see the girl as who she truly is, which I really loved. The matchup ceremony ends and they only have 4 beams again. I don't know why they thought they would get any more. But Quasi is screaming that they're losers, and rightfully so. Y'all are losers. Before you could have made a connection with Jasmine, went and hashed it out. I know you guys hashed it out in the episode before this, but do something. Just pick Jasmine for the sake of playing the game, so you don't become a loser. Because I think that you and Jasmine could be a match. A lot of people think that you and Jasmine could be a match. I think in the back of your head, you think you and Jasmine can be a match. So Quasi, you're right. You guys are all losers because you guys are not playing this game like you want to win. It's like you guys are already giving up, and it just made me so mad. Andrew was breaking stuff for what? Like, you guys, at least he tried to make a new connection. Quasi, you just jumped on something about Nutsa being a better version of Jasmine. And I hated the fact that people on Twitter were like, why is everybody surprised? I'm sure if you were a girl and a guy thought that about you and you weren't as secure in yourself as a woman or as a young girl, your feelings would be hurt. Not everybody's self-esteem is sky high. Some of you guys have the emotional range of a teaspoon. I got that from Harry Potter. I know some of y'all know that. But be sympathetic. Come on. I know it's a freaking show, and I know some of it might be exaggerated. I guess I'm gullible for thinking it's all real, and they should have been mad about that comment. But I think they should have, and I think Jasmine had every right to be upset. One scene that I could say was the most moving and the best scene in Are You the One history. Apart from the scene where Cam finds out that Alicia was sleeping with her perfect match. Apart from that scene, this scene was the most moving and groundbreaking scene. I think this is what MTV is known for, just doing great TV. And this is the scene where the whole house basically just breaks down and tells everybody, tells each person, just bears their soul and just lets out some of the things that they've been holding in for so long. To me, it was crazy how much issues each of them had and how broken each of them were in so many different ways. And you could see why they were in this house. They should have done this from like week 3 or 2. You know, probably they'd know way more about each other and they'd get a deeper sense of who each person was. Morgan really moved me when she said she didn't have a father figure, and so it felt like she was almost lost. So I'm not no psychiatrist, I don't know nothing, but I might think that's the reason why she was the way she was with Zach. Even with sex, she just felt like, that's my source of comfort, I'm just gonna go there even though I don't like him. You know, but I'm just giving my opinion. That might not be her reasons. Homegirl might have just wanted to have sex. But when people like Lauren broke down and Daniel breaking down, and to see Brett come and hug him and give him that reassurance and making him feel like, you know, you're not alone in this and you can let go, you know. And when Jasmine said how she felt, you know, about having abused when she was much younger, it kind of hit Zach really hard, and he took her aside and he apologized to her. And good job on you for that, Zach. I feel like, again with Bria, when you see Zach in these moments, you get to see the real Zach. You don't get to see the Zach that everybody hates, the player Zach, the Zach that just lies and does the most. You get to see him for who he really is. After the matchup ceremony, Brett also goes and reaches out to Nutsa and see if he could patch up some things. I thought that was a really good convo that they had. You know, people make mistakes, and sometimes people don't see what's right in front of them right away. Sometimes they need a little nudge in the head. That moment was the nudge in the head for him, picking Bria and realizing, oh, we just got 2 beams? Maybe Nutsa is my match. You know what? When the fate button came, I'm like, and Terrence said, y'all have one more chance at this. I'm like, this house ain't winning shit. This house ain't winning jack shit. They ain't winning. I'm just watching for entertainment. And Mo get picked, and Nutsa and Lauren also get picked. And they go out on this amazing date with jet skis, and Nutsa kind of has this moment with Brett where he kind of realizes that, hey, you know, I might need to give this girl a chance, you know. And he gives her this nice passionate kiss, and yeah, the episode ends with them two going into the truth booth to find out if they're a perfect match, Brett and Nutsa. And the episode airs in what, like less than 24 hours from now. I'm doing this review because last week's episode, the most important part to it was them breaking down to each other and talking to each other. The rest of the episode was really just annoying as hell to me, and I just didn't really want to do a review. I was so busy. I was like, can I skip this review? I'm like, nah, I want to stay consistent. I want to do a review for every single episode, plus I wanted to do my Halloween makeup so y'all could see it. So yeah, I think Brett and Nutsa are a perfect match. If they're not, I do not know how this house is going to win. It's gonna be a freaking miracle, but we'll just have to wait and see. As always, thanks again, guys, for watching, and stay tuned for next episode's review. It's the final episode. I just hope y'all have been enjoying these reviews, and it was very tedious in making them, but I tried to do it on time every time on a Tuesday. But you know, thanks everybody again for watching, and that's the end. Hope you like this one. Bye.